Second question, indirectly safety related, the number of pilots. We are growing at a speed in which we don't have enough pilots. We have junior pilots who need to become senior. We need to bring in junior pilots and ensure that they operate at the safest levels possible. Will Indigo or any other airline be able to induct pilots at the rate that is required for them to ensure that flight duty time limitations are met? I ask because Indigo was given a one-time dispensation that you can expand, you curtail the number of flights, but after February, you have to ensure that you have pilots in place. Where will they get the pilots?
Again, an interesting question. One thing is that we have, I feel, adequate number of pilots. But the challenge here is getting them trained to be sitting in that specific plane. If you're flying an Airbus 320, then you need to have the type rating for that plane. If you're flying another kind of machine, then you need to be aptly trained in that plane. So the amount of hours it takes for them to actually get trained on that plane and be on the simulator, get the type rating, and if possible, if when they are becoming the captain in charge, then how many hours he has to do. That definitely, that whole concept requires a certain kind of work that needs to be done by the airlines also. And it is the responsibility of airlines. See, if I'm the airline, if I'm running 10 planes, how many pilots do I need? How do I get them inducted? It is the airline's responsibility. The government is setting the rules and the guidelines that if you want to have a pilot, then how much time should he be rested and how do you want to utilize him? And proactively, what we are trying to do from the government is have more FTOs opened up. Training institutions which the pilots, which become the institutions to train the pilots. And after I've come, I've given permission for at least 8. And there is a lot more interest. And I'm also kind of creating that story that India needs more pilots, because imagine 1,700 planes coming in the next 15 years. And each plane roughly needs about 15 to 20 more pilots. Then how much are you creating, the demand that is being created? So you need to train your pilots at that pace. And coming to this very specific situation of can Indigo reach it or not, I don't think it is an impossible task. But it has to be dealt with in the right manner, more than looking at the economics of it. See, if you want to run your operations at that level, then you have to follow the FDTL and you have to have that adequate number of pilots. Yeah. If not, we have had the 10% curtailment of operations for now. Yeah. And I'm using it as another advantage where this 10% curtailment of routes that we have done, we want to promote other airlines also. Is that not what we want?
Yeah, we want more airlines to prevent a duopoly or whatever it is.